Hi, I'm Pastor Kurt, and this is your 5-minute Bible study. Today we're going to look at Mark chapter 14, verses 32 through 42. This is the scene of Jesus praying in the Garden of Gethsemane. Now, many of us are familiar with this scene. We know that Jesus goes there to pray before he's arrested. But let's not jump over this scene to get to the emotional big part of Jesus's execution on the cross. Let's kind of linger here for just a moment because there's some good stuff going on here. What we need to notice is that Jesus prays, and his prayer is that this cup would pass from him. Okay, what does that mean? It means that Jesus knows that the cross is waiting for him, but he doesn't want to go. Jesus knows how this Holy Week's going to play out, even before it started. So Jesus knows that the cross is there, but he prays, asking God, maybe there's some other way. Maybe we can do this in such a way that I don't have to die. Here in this scene, we see very much Jesus's humanity. We see him being scared. We see him being worried. We see him being nervous. Sometimes we don't think about Jesus in those terms. We kind of think of Jesus as this guy who's got it all together, who knows the plan, who follows it through, who doesn't have any doubts or questions. No. When we look at this Gethsemane scene, we see Jesus worried. Jesus doesn't want to do this. But as he prays, he says, "Not my will, but yours be done." Now, there's a couple of things to notice here. First, notice that Jesus prays this repeatedly. This isn't like a one-time thing that he prays and then all of a sudden he says, "Okay, I'm going to do your will, God," and then off he goes. No, he prays repeatedly, right? He takes some time, he goes and finds the disciples, they're asleep. He goes back to pray some more, goes back, finds them asleep, goes back to pray some more, right? This takes a while for Jesus to move from "not my will be done, but your will be done." One little pet peeve that I have with this text is the way that it's structured on the page. What I mean is that the editors of the text simply put a semicolon in there. "Not my will, semicolon, but yours be done." The semicolon grammatically simply means that this is still one sentence, just with two different thoughts. Why not make it two separate sentences? These are clearly two distinct thoughts going on here. On the one side, Jesus doesn't want to do this. But then on the other side, he says, "But your will be done." Just put a period in and start a new sentence. This didn't happen within the same breath. This change of thought didn't happen within the same sentence. Jesus had to take some time to pray about this. Just like we need to take time to pray too. When you pray about something, sometimes people get all upset and frustrated that their prayers aren't answered right away. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes you need to pray repeatedly. Sometimes you need to listen. Okay? Prayer isn't just about us talking to God. Prayer is also about us listening to God. Jesus had to listen there in the Garden of Gethsemane. That's what helped him realize, okay, not my will be done, but your will be done. Even when Jesus was scared and nervous and frightened and overwhelmed and all of these emotions, even when he was going through all this stuff, he still trusted God, right? Knowing that the cross is waiting for you, I don't think anybody would approach that being all happy. Jesus was scared. He knew that his death was waiting for him. but he also knew that God was going to bring good stuff out of it. When you pray, and it seems like you pray over and over and over again, even when you don't get an answer right away, even when it takes some time, please know that God still brings new life out of it. This is what we see with Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, and this is how it works in your life too. There's your 5-minute Bible study for the day. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.